And welcome to episode 41 of the Entirely X podcast. I'm your Ranger host, Mike Spindler. With us today, we have our Storm Javelin, Ben.
Sup, guys?
Our Cypher, Tyler.
Whoa, what's up?
And Colossus Joe.
Shalom.
And we also have a very special guest, the Masterworks Master, Chad.
Hey, what's going on?
Now, Chad, this is your first time on the show, so welcome.
Thank
Glad
you.
to have you on. What's your gamer tag for everyone?
My gamer tag is chadilacchavez.
There you go. And before we get started, me and Joe wanted to give a shout out to Geek Made Designs. We kind of briefly mentioned them last week, I believe.
Maybe.
They make beautiful controller stands. I had been talking to them on Twitter. You guys should definitely go follow them. They're also on Facebook and Instagram. So definitely go check out their stuff and order yourself a beautiful controller stand.
Yeah, my million gamer score stand is actually getting shipped out this week. So
I am very excited to see it.
Yes.
I'm excited for you. We will post pictures on our Instagram, of course, though.
And Twitter, if I figure it out.
And Twitter. Sharing pictures on Twitter. It's hard in 2019.
Can't do it. Just technology defeats me. I'm an
impossible.
old man now.
All right. Well, let's start this week's show off with what we've been playing. And since this is Chad's first time, Chad, what have you been playing recently?
Well, recently, I finished up Crackdown. I've been playing Anthem, and my staple is NBA 2K19.
Now, you play that like that's kind of your main?
Yeah, that's the thing I play most. One of the achievements on there is for collecting 2,500 cards in the My Team game mode, and
Right.
I've been grinding for the MT to finish that off. So
Okay. How close are you now?
I'm like 75 cards away, I think, and there actually aren't even enough cards out yet to finish that achievement. So probably in the next couple weeks there will be.
Very nice. Now, what was your total gamer score for the month of February? For the first show of every month, we're going to go over what we've previously scored in the last month. So,
According to my True Achievements email that I got 2,885 gamer score for 9,643 TA.
very nice. Now, maybe the folks don't know. Do you go for gamer score, and what is your current gamer score?
I'm actually over 1 million, and playing easy games it's donezo for me. I'm done with that. So
You hit the million and pulled the cord?
I hit my million like a year and a half ago, and I'm at like 1,030,000 right now. So
All right. So, 30K in about a year.
yeah,
But
year
you're
and a
enjoying
half.
the games you play, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right. That's good. Now, the other kid with the million here, Joe. What have you been playing?
I played a little bit of Anthem with Chad actually and his buddy Chris when it came out, and we took a break that first night that we played, and then I went to bed, and I have not played it since.
Oh. Okay.
And,
That's a
What
long
else
ass
you been working
break.
on?
I have been playing the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy.
Just for the daily achievement, I'm assuming?
Yeah, you get like 1 or 2 a day now.
Yeah. That's totally why I'm playing it.
No, it's something I've always wanted to play. So
Oh, really?
yeah, no, I've always wanted to play it,
Oh.
and rather than just buy it for the 3DS, I figured I'd kind of double down on the achievements, but like play it very, 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 very slowly.
Nice. Now, what was your total for the month?
My total for the month was 18,245, and I'm pretty sure about 90% of that was scored in the first like 10 days of the month.
Right, that was the push for the million.
Yeah, they hit the
Yeah.
million, and then it's been about like 1 a day ever since.
It's not bad. It's a good month. It is. It's the best month out of all of us.
Yes.
All right, Ben, what have you been working on?
So, since the last show, or February as like a whole?
Since the last show.
Since the last show, that's been I played a bit of Far Cry New Dawn. I got started on that. Only started, but still. I recruited some crazy old grandma with a sniper rifle, so, life is good.
Okay.
I've been playing Anthem, obviously. We've all sort of dabbled with that so far. We'll talk about that later, won't we?
Oh, yes.
I played a bit of Apex Legends. I'm drawing very close to finishing the original THOW on that game now.
Nice.
Very nice.
Speaking of which, Mike, later we need to go get me my Mirage win.
I guess I can carry you again.
Carry me. Don't give me that bullshit.
I think it's the other way around.
But yeah,
Wishes.
if I had a decent internet connection, and I've actually been playing a little bit of something just yesterday. I think it was the day before, possibly.
I'm very interested in this one.
Yeah, so this is something that I pre-ordered because Facebook ads got me. Like, normally I ignore adverts that are on all these things because I know that they're just shameless money grabs.
Right.
But yeah, Black Desert. It's a fantasy realm MMO, so it had me at MMO basically.
Now, I'm trying to steer clear of this one because I'm afraid it's going to be a massive time sink.
All
Is that what
MMOs are
it's
massive
gonna
time
be?
sinks.
Well, yeah. This one, it's very appealing to me. I like the art style. The gameplay I haven't seen too much of yet.
So I will preface this by saying I have barely scratched the surface.
Alright, that's what I thought. But you started the process.
Yeah, I've begun, I have started, I am learning shit.
Okay.
I've claimed my pre-order bonuses.
Alright.
But
So 10 hours in.
nah, it's got to be like 3, maybe 4 hours.
Okay.
But
I will be very interested to see how this goes and see if you persuade me into purchasing it.
Oh, well, that's dangerous talk.
No.
But yeah, it's as far as I can tell so far, it's incredibly deep as to what you can do in the game. It's got one of the things that I loved from World of Warcraft. So it's got your crafting abilities, where you go out and you collect the resources that you want to craft items with, and it seems like they've got all the different kinds of like leatherworking style. They've got like mining stuff, so there's almost certainly going to be blacksmithing in it too, herbalism and things like that. So it's basically giving me several different ways that I can spend hours fishing in this game. Like I can already see that being something that I can lose myself to, but it's an MMO. It's an RPG. I can get on board.
That's what it's designed for.
This is the kind of game that you have for people who want to spend money once and have something available for a lot of hours of play.
Right.
But yeah, so
Right.
that's
I'm
me.
scared that it's going to suck me in. So.
I'll drag you down the rabbit hole with me, Mike. It's cool.
Man. Well, what was your total for the month?
1890.
Nice. It's a solid month for you.
It's not my best, not my worst.
All right, Tyler, you're up.
All right. Well, I started Crackdown 3.
How many hours in are you on that one?
I don't know exactly. I can say a lot more than pretty much any of the other games that I've played. That was a good chunk of it. Then I played Fortnite Season 8 because new season.
Season 8's here.
And
yep.
it was
Pirates,
free.
baby.
Pirates. And it was free, so
That is true.
you know.
Free with an asterisk, you should say.
Yes.
You had to do the overtime challenges in Season 7 in order to get it. So.
Then I did dabble in a bit of Apex, just not actually on my account. I was at a friend's house and I was playing on their account.
Who were you playing as?
I've tried Lifeline. Lifeline?
Yep.
Yeah.
She's a medic.
Yep. I tried her and the chick that you always are, Bangalore.
Bangalore.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like Bangalore a lot more because she has a lot more. She has the mortar strike and then the
Yep.
smoke.
The
So-
smoke is... It's so
Yeah.
clutch in maintaining an area and keeping a distance.
So
Yeah.
Between
so
them, those
clutch
people.
in blocking my sight from everything I'm trying to
Well,
kill.
You can't see
Yeah.
them, they can't see you. So
Yeah, but no, I did use her. I
Yeah.
picked up both my teammates when they were down, and I'm just like, this is helpful.
It
I
is.
popped the smoke right there.
I believe I'm almost 500 kills with her right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then I played some Kingdom Hearts 3.
And what was your total?
My total was very, very low, surprisingly, which is weird considering I was playing new games, but it was
Right.
995.
So what Joe scored in one day in February?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Not that we're shaming or anything.
No.
No. It's okay.
New internet trend, people, G-shaming.
Pretty sure that's been a thing.
Yeah. So, what about you, Mike?
All right. Very nice. I have been playing a crap ton of the lovely ACA Neo Geo games. In fact, 6 of them.
Oof.
That was all last Sunday. I scored about 7,000 gamer score on last Sunday
That sounds terrible.
alone. I did The Long Reach, which is like a 2D side-scrolling game. Took about 2 hours. Then I did The Moose Man, which is by the devs that did the One-Eyed Cthulhu thing.
Kutka.
Yeah, that thing. This is their best one, which isn't saying much because they also made North, which was absolutely terrible.
Ugh.
So, but it was like $6. I finished off Heroes Trials. Meh. Did Crackdown 3 and the Wrecking Zone.
Oh, nice.
The Wrecking Zone, I just want to join a boosting session just to get done. It was cool to play about 2 matches and then kind of tossed to the side. I don't know if anyone else has tested it out.
No, I haven't touched it yet.
Yeah, it's fun for about 40 minutes, and then the grind begins. You have to get like 100 kills, 100 territory captures. Not fun.
So, just a grinding boosting session one.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
You have to win 20 games, stuff like that. But it's an easy 500 if you do it. So,
Yeah.
and then Daggerwood came out. Easy 1,000 right there. Like less than an hour.
Oh, okay.
Well under an hour, yeah. Then one came out, Awesome Pea. They had a unforgiving 2D side scroller that looks like it's on a CRT TV.
Oh, awesome.
No, funny. But you can turn off that filter, which is much nicer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Picked up Crayola Scoot, which is a Splatoon scooter game. I think Joe talked about it a couple weeks ago. Creepy Road. It's a 2D side-scrolling game. It's a little weird. I haven't played much of it, to be honest. Probably about 30 mintes. Fortnite Season 8. Tyler. Again, pirates. Their thing.
Pirates.
No planes, though, so thank God.
Yes, that is a good thing. 'Cause
Yeah, I was getting frustrated with Fortnite, so I dropped that for a bit, and I started Realm Royale. Chickens. When you go down, you turn into a chicken. It's kind of fun.
oh, God.
It's pretty chill. It's more about forging weapons in the middle of the match. There's different forges around the world. And then Apex Legends. I'm like level 66 or something. I'm kind of slowing down a little bit until the Battle Pass comes out.
Yeah.
Allegedly, March 12th is the date.
Didn't they first say it was like the beginning of March?
Yeah, they lied. So,
That's okay.
yeah, we'll see that. My total for February was 15,615. So, yeah,
Not bad.
that was a good month. Not too bad. Now, let's get into the topic of the show. And it is a pretty big topic, according to the internet. It is a little game called Anthem. It has come out and gotten some
Flack.
heat, let's say. Yeah, not received very well. I played about 12 hours of the beta the private and the closed. And then I'm about another 10 hours in on top of that. Maybe a little more.
So Mike obviously hates it, guys, just to forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. This game is very divisive. So we're just going to kind of go over the whole of it. Everything. Chad, I hear you have played a little bit of this game, I believe.
Yeah, we can say that.
Yeah. How many hours you got in right now?
About 60.
Yep, so a little bit. What do you think so far?
For the most part, I'm really enjoying it, actually.
Yep.
There are definitely pros and cons to it. I think a lot of people went into a BioWare game expecting story, and there's really not much of any.
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, because it's a loot and shooter. I mean, we know that, so story doesn't typically insert itself well in there, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, we know what BioWare is famous for, Dragon Age and Mass Effect and stuff like that, and even though their stories haven't been good in a lot of those recent games, I think people went into this game expecting that, and I think that's where a lot of the disappointment lies.
Yeah.
But if you didn't expect that from the game, I think there's a lot of fun to be had with it.
Oh, for sure. I can see kind of both sides. I've seen there's a lot of story if you're just kind of off doing your own thing and you go to every single person and talk to them around Fort Tarsus. Some of the characters are very well done. Owen is probably one of the greatest performances in any game in a while.
That's true.
He's very funny. The animations on him alone are ridiculous. But I could see if you were just hopping in a game with your friends, skipping over that stuff. The big story beats are pretty much right at the beginning, and maybe I'm a little more towards the middle right now, and there's not that many story beats happening. Which, just like in Destiny, because that's what everyone on the internet's comparing this to, Destiny was, big opening scene, little in the middle, and then big finish, right?
Right.
And in between was, dozens of hours of grinding.
There was a finish for Destiny?
Destiny 2?
You come back to the next game when you can find out the ending.
Let's start with our likes of the game, I guess. What's one of the things you've enjoyed the most in 60 hours of gameplay?
It looks absolutely beautiful.
I agree. I think it's one of the best on the X right now.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, it just... Every start of the mission, you're just standing there. I found myself just standing for a second, and then being teleported 5 feet away. But, whatever.
Yeah. That definitely happens.
That initial start, I just found myself looking around the world. Like, it is absolutely beautiful and stunning. It is very fluid when you get into combat and you're comboing and flying around and dodging. I should say, who are you playing as, or what was your javelin?
I mostly use the Colossus. That's where I got my masterwork with, so
Okay.
That's where I put in most of the time.
Did you touch the other ones at all, or?
Oh yeah, I definitely did the achievements with
right.
like for getting everything to level 1 or whatever it was.
Yep. Now, I haven't touched the Colossus yet. I've started as a ranger and touched the Storm a little bit, but the Colossus seems absolutely massive, but he also doesn't seem like a traditional MMO tank, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I actually, the reason that when I hit level 30, I was kind of deciding which character I wanted to, go after the masterwork stuff with, and I got into a game with somebody that was playing as one, and he had the masterwork shot coil, which it does the lightning damage, but as soon as it hits enemies, it freezes them. and then you can do massive combos on them. And so, like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's what I want.
Right.
And so that was kind of why I went after that one. And then I played on the Grandmaster 2 difficulty. I did the first Stronghold on there, and it literally took 45 minutes to kill the boss.
Whew. Wow.
Yeah, like, that difficulty is super unforgiving, and, like, everybody is a 2-hit kill, so, like, the tank ability of the Colossus is completely out the window, and and then, like, the whole thing fell apart because, like, his movement is terrible. Everybody else is pretty agile and stuff like that, and I couldn't even get off the ground without going down a lot of the times.
Ooh. So did you have to mainly kind of play like you're hanging back a little bit instead of up in front of people?
It was bad. Like, that shouldn't be how that character is. I mean, that's not the way he's built. So,
right, a tank character, you should be up in the face, absorbing as much aggro as you can from these, the AI.
Yeah.
But what I found was I was reviving a lot of Colossus.
Yeah, that Grandmaster 2 difficulty is absolutely brutal, and that's not even the hardest difficulty, so I don't even know what to think of that last one.
Yeah.
Well, they've got to give you something to fill the time that you're going to spend at the end game, because this is what World of Warcraft did in the early years. They had Molten Core, and when people got to the top level, they realized very quickly that they couldn't just walk into that end game raid, even if they had the people and get anywhere. They figured out they needed to get the right gear, the right resistances on that gear, and they needed to get themselves ready and prepared before they could even step into that arena. But that meant that when they got that all together, once they put those, well, as bad as it is, put those hours in, and then got there and they finally made it through, it was an actual achievement. They felt like they'd done something that not everyone could do.
Right. It's rewarding. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the first guilds to finish the raid in World of Warcraft probably felt like, absolute bosses.
Yeah. What other likes do we got? Joe, how many hours have you played?
I probably have about 6 into it, 5-6-ish in it. Nothing crazy.
What are some of the things you started or that you liked?
I think it looks very good, like from like a graphics perspective, like visually. I also like the gun, like the shooting mechanics of it. I thought those were very good.
Yep.
That's really about it.
Yeah, nothing else kind of grabbed you?
Not really. I was just getting kind of bored with it or whatever, because it just, like, I don't really like those loot shooters at all, really.
Right.
So it was like I would just kind of... It just kind of felt like, go here, shoot this. Go here, shoot this. Go here, shoot this. Or whatever. And that was really it. And the flying in it actually... Oh, the flying in it feels really good as well. Like...
Yeah.
It feels the way that it should feel.
I don't want to say because everyone else has done it. It feels like Iron Man. Like...
Yeah, the way that it should actually feel.
The way he should feel and operate. Flying around feels so good.
And the timer on the cooldown on your jets or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That isn't too restrictive. You have the ability to play around with things before that drops you out the sky.
Yeah. Look, you fly through a waterfall. Guess what? It cools off your engines so you can fly farther.
Yeah.
Little stuff like that. I mean, that's the BioWare touch, right? Like those little details.
It's the interactive environment. That's what BioWare have been doing more recently.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, see, it's not a problem, but it's a different BioWare game now because that environment has sort of turned into going back to Fort Tarsis and interacting there, and then you go out into the world and shoot things.
Well, yeah, but you still collect items, collect crafting materials from things you've got to interact with. Mm-hmm. A lot of the missions involve things that you've got to collect together, and you've got to fly around and find these little globes of power and stuff.
You are right.
And
I mean, that's how Mass Effect 1 was, right? Like going back to the Mako. You would go out in the world, collect shit, and then come back to the Mako and have conversations. So I guess maybe
Yeah,
it's not too far off.
I would liken it more to Mass Effect 2, I think, than Mass Effect 1.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
It's possibly a bit more like
I'd have to
Dragon
think
Age
on that one a
Inquisition.
little bit. Yeah.
Dragon Age Inquisition, actually, if you think like going around and fetching your bits. But I haven't yet explored the open world sort of aspect to it, which I'm quite excited for. I've been doing missions because
free
missions
play?
draw me in. Yeah.
So you haven't touched free play at all?
No, I've been doing the missions.
Chad, I'm assuming you've messed around with free play?
Yeah, I definitely have.
Yeah. If I like the free play, but it feels like there's not a lot there yet. And I
yes and no. Like those world events, I was doing those just to get good gear because they would often. I had better results actually doing free play stuff than I did doing missions. So.
Oh, just getting the loot, like grinding for it.
Yeah. Usually, like if you do like a legendary contract on Grandmaster, it guarantees you one masterwork item. But like that could be the only one that you get, and it may take you 25 minutes, half hour to do.
Right.
And then like you could go through in that amount of time, you could probably get 5 or 6 or 7 world events done because those are all really quick, and you get a treasure chest at the end of every one of those, and probably every other one or every third one gets you a masterwork item. So I don't know, that was my experience with it, at least. So
see that's a pretty big tip, I think, right there, because I'm at that point where I'm not quite at that masterwork, obviously. Like I'm kind of mid tier.
Yeah.
So what I would have done naturally was just free play to keep grinding, but I might just switch over and go free play and just keep doing those. Yeah. It's a good tip. How now the loot? I know week 1 it was very divisive, and BioWare patched it within 5 days. They had an update for it.
At least one update, but I know the specific update that you're talking about. Where
the loot update.
Yeah, they made everything gun specific, where you know you're not going to catch a sniper rifle that does that boosts your shotgun or something like that. So like that was, and they made it so everything is going to be either like for everything or for that specific gun. So that was nice.
Yeah, it shows how quick they are to update this game, and how long they want this to go for. But at the same time, how did no one during playtesting realize that? Like, hey, I have this sniper rifle. Oh, but it has a perk that has a pistol buff on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's part of, I think, EA rushing BioWare to get the game out. That some of that stuff slipped through the cracks.
Yeah. Yep.
Or they knew about it, but just didn't have time to fix it before release, and they were working on it.
Before the game went gold. So
yeah, that's true. They did have that hefty day 1 patch.
Yeah.
It was good. I do like the microtransactions, which might sound bad. They're not egregious, at least so far, because it's only been 1, maybe 2 weeks now since the game's been out. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Week and a half. So the stuff that's in the shop, it's like 40,000 or 60,000 gold, right? Which is in-game currency. I haven't seen anything, maybe I missed it, of just paying real money for it. You can do that, or just earn the gold, right?
Right.
That's good. It's not anything outrageous, You're not Star Wars Battlefront 2 where you're paying for boosts.
I mean,
it's all
we would have heard more about it if we were paying for boosts.
I think so. Yeah. But hey, when someone does it right, you have to at least be thankful for it.
Acknowledge that they've done it right.
Acknowledge that they did something right there. Because a lot of people have been hating on this game. A lot. And I think maybe some of it's a little unjust. I think some of the hard criticisms of it are right. So let's move into some of the dislikes that we found. I mentioned like the teleporting. If you load into a mission and your teammates fly straight for the objective, you can be a couple seconds behind them and it'll still teleport you, which puts you on a loading screen, which kind of sucks.
I mean, it would be okay if it wasn't such a long loading screen.
I believe they did update the range on it. I think I saw in one of the first updates that they did.
Okay.
But still, if you don't know where the objective is and the 3 other guys do, it's going to teleport you up, which kind of, load screen in, then you spawn, and then you're loading again, right?
I mean, it's one of these things that comes in with the whole like greedy teammates thing that I've put as a point. And what I've found from when I've been playing is that people are so desperately trying to get like the loot doesn't seem to be giving anything more to people who get to the objectives or fulfill these objectives, right. But these people are rushing through everything. Like they're desperately trying to, they will not stop for anything between objective 1 and objective 2. They will not like do anything like that. It's like straight to the objective, must complete, done. Like it's a race. Right. That's what it always feels like to me. It's a flying race. And I'm not saying I want to sit there and take in all the fucking lore while I'm holding up a team. I just want to I had a moment where I got stopped. I stopped because I saw some big group of enemies on the ground. And I was like, oh, right. Crap, these must be the guys that we have to shoot. Got halfway through shooting them, and then got teleported on a loading screen because everyone else had rushed onto the objective, and it wasn't the objective that I was at. I was just fighting one of the world groups.
Ah. Yeah, so, see, it takes you out of it.
Well, right. Yeah, it was just a bit like...
You weren't doing anything towards the objective, but...
No,
you're
but
still enjoying yourself.
It's stuff to shoot, man. I want to shoot the stuff. It's like Mission 4 or something.
I see what you mean by that, but at the same time, like when you have to grind for your gear, like you don't want to waste time dicking around on stuff that you don't need to do, because that just gets in the way of the efficiency. So, like, I understand what you mean, but I also understand the other side of it.
Those guys this is that end game.
Well, this is not high level people. If they're trying to get end game and they're playing hardcore, they're probably ahead of me.
They just want to rush to that end game. Which,
I mean, I get
in games as a service, this is, that's the whole goal. Get to the end game and then start grinding out that better gear, the masterwork stuff. Now, with your 60 hours in, Chad, what are some of your gripes with the game or dislikes?
I've had some real issues with the servers. I think it was Sunday I was playing for a little bit, or I tried to play for a little bit, and I was loading into missions. Like I was doing the quick play missions. There's an end game like challenge or mission or whatever later on where you have to complete 25 strongholds, 25 contracts, 25 quick play missions, which are the quick play missions are like missions that you just load into and you can't actually load into with a friend. So you have to do it on your own. And I was just loading into missions trying to get that stuff done. Yeah. And the missions, like I was loading into them and they weren't progressing at all. Like they were stuck at a certain point of the mission and wouldn't progress. And so I'd have to leave, and then I'd get into a separate mission that would actually work, and I would get a connection error at the end of the mission. So so like I played for about 45 minutes and got I think one mission actually finished when I tried to get into like 7 or 8 of them. So that was a little bit frustrating.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, it's pretty grim. I had a lot of... I got booted out of a lot of things, but I figured it was just my terrible internet.
No, I haven't experienced that, but I also haven't been trying to grind like that. I've just been kind of hopping on, doing a couple missions, then hopping off. So I'll have to report back on, as I spend more time with it.
Yeah.
I wish one of the notes I had here was a pinging system. Not because of Apex, but I would spend a lot of time where I would get downed, and my teammates wouldn't know that I were downed. Maybe they were just dumb, whatever it was, but there was no way for me to tell my team, hey, I'm down, come get me. You would just kind of sit there. And when someone's downed, if you're not paying that close of attention, you could miss that little icon and not notice. So I wish there was kind of just a little, hey, come get me. Because most of the time I'm playing this game, I'm not talking to anyone.
Yeah, that's another thing. When you're down, you literally can't do anything with your controller. Like, you can't pause it, you can't look at anything relating to the game. You're just stuck in that screen that says help or whatever it says.
Yeah. At least, flash some lore up on the screen or something, because there's a shit ton of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Put something there so that, I'm not staring at one static screen of me downed on the ground.
Just gotta not get down, Mike. Gotta get good.
Apparently so. Well, I was, just flying around and just get sniped out of the sky. Freaking turrets and shit.
Turns out, Mike, the turrets are bad. Just saying.
Yeah, those big ass. I forget the names of the Scar ones, but damn, they'll fuck you up in those early missions. Now, how much time did you spend customizing your javelin, Chad?
Customizing the color or
colors, looks.
2 minutes.
So you're more focused on the build.
I changed the patterns on them and the color and left it at that. I did it for each. I did it for each one. Picked a color scheme that I like and left it there.
That's probably because it takes 5 minutes to load into the forge.
Yeah.
That's a little not fun. They should have had some sort of customization that you could do on the fly.
Yeah.
Because you have to go back to Fort Tarsis. Then you can go straight to the forge from coming back from a mission.
Right.
Or if you didn't do that, you'd have to go into Fort Tarsis. Then in Fort Tarsis, do what pick up some more missions, whatever, and then go to the forge, loading screen again, and then customize.
Do your business and then load out of the forge, which is just as long as loading in.
Exactly. Whereas Destiny is very much, you get an engram, you encrypt it or decrypt it, and then bam, slap it on your character right there. Much more efficient.
Yeah,
I wish there was something like that.
The one thing that I guess I kind of like about Anthem not doing it that way is the fact that, if you level up at the end of a mission, because you don't get your XP until the end of the mission.
Right.
So if you level up and you got gear during that mission, the gear that you pick up goes to that level,
right.
It's
not locked in.
Each tier of gear is a couple levels up from your level. The base white
right.
weapons and stuff are your level, and then it goes to blue, and then purple, and then orange, which is epic or rare, epic, and then masterwork, and then legendary beyond that.
Yep.
So, if you level up, at the end when you're level 30, that doesn't really matter. But as you're progressing through the game initially, if you level up to 12 or whatever from 11, you won't be getting level 11 gear. You'll be getting level 12 gear at the end of the level. So that's one thing I kind of do like. Yeah,
Destiny's loot is not that. It is you could be grinding a level and get just something worse than what you have, lower than your level, which is not fun. Which is actually why BioWare had to update the loot, was because at that level 30 you were still getting gray and green drops. I believe you no longer get that from that update.
They said that, but you still get it.
Oh, well.
It hasn't fully implemented itself yet.
Alright. Hopefully that changes, because that would really suck to go through a mission, grind it out, and then you get a green drop. When you're doing masterwork or legendary.
Yeah, you mostly get purple stuff. Like when you're on Grandmaster difficulty, you mostly get purple everything. Which,
okay.
I mean, when you've got purple everything equipped to your character, if it doesn't have the status stuff that you want on it, I mean, you just scrap it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right. So would you say the loot still has to be tweaked?
Well, I mean, everything can always be better, so yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's I guess it is a games as a service, right? So this game was never meant to launch at a complete state as what it will be in 6 months or a year from now. I think it'll be a very different game.
Hopefully.
I would hope. But that also turns off a lot of people. This game was $60. It wasn't free or cheaper. Are you going to stick with it, you think? Or are you going to kind of take a step back?
I have one achievement left, and once I get that, I'll probably just not play it for a while until something cool happens, I guess.
Yeah, they did throw out the roadmap. I don't know if you looked at it.
Yeah, I looked at it a little bit. I mean, I kind of doubt that this is going to be a game that adds achievements, but it might.
Maybe. They did with all of their other franchises, so maybe?
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
There's a better chance, but I'm not holding my breath for it either. But
yeah, I mean, this is going to be a game that has should have a long lifespan. I don't know if it will.
Yeah, I hope it will, because I think it is a good game. Even in the state that it's in. Yeah, could there always be more content? Yes, you could say that about almost
any game.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Grand Theft Auto 5 at this point. I mean,
yeah,
that could still have more content.
And if you try to play it now, you'll be buried in content trying to get up to whatever.
Catch up. Yeah, but I mean, once you catch up, you're like, oh, where's my content? So I mean, there could always be new stuff.
Exactly. Do you think the hate was justified? We kind of touched on this on our last episode.
No, not at all.
That's exactly where I fall. Now, Joe, what about you? As someone who doesn't play games as a service or just, I guess, online co-op games? Where have you kind of fallen with this?
Probably never going to play it again.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If I would say
there's
if Anthem doesn't entice you in any way, this is probably not the best loot and shoot game to start with.
There are so many other things that I want to play before I ever want to play that again. Like, it's not bad. It's just, like, I think it's just really just okay. And there's just other stuff that I want to play more that's out.
That's
fair, you
also
haven't played
not
God
your
of
type
War.
of game at all.
Oh,
Either,
yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Ben, what about you?
I'm going to keep going. I'm miles behind you guys, I think, especially you, Chad. Like, there's no... I can't really even begin to understand some of the concepts you're talking about in terms of the end game loot, because I'm still getting used to just the normal loot. Yeah, best I've got so far is like green stuff. I think it's one of those things though that once I get into that loot system, no doubt it'll suck me in. I'll be sat there trying to figure out how I can get all the fancy stuff. But for now, I'm really enjoying the combat. I've just started using the storm javelin, and I can hover above people and just fuck them up from on high, which is exactly what I want. I love that sort of stuff, just being slightly removed from the battle, still able to see everything you want to, and just cause serious problems for people. But it's good that they've sort of taken that into account and made it so that enemies, if they can all see you up in the sky, they'll just start shooting at you almost exclusively.
Right.
Well, that's the way it felt for me when I suddenly decided to venture up into the sky and everyone started filling me full of lead. But yeah, it was. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm looking forward to seeing what else it's got to offer. No doubt I'll have to come and ask Chad for tips later.
We are we are very early in this game's life cycle, I guess you could say. Again, this game is meant to be carried out over time, and everyone is trying to review this game in a very, very small window. I think that's, I guess, where most of the hatred comes from towards this. A lot of the reviews are falling on 6s, 60-ish. I think the Metacritic is somewhere around that 60 mark. But a lot of those reviews were published before the game even launched on consoles, right? Those reviews got published before the 22nd of February, which is, I think, a little crazy, considering it was only available on one platform in a big paywall through that Origins, whatever the hell it's called, the $100 a year service. I don't even know what it's called. There needs to be, we said it last week and I'll say it again, is there has to be a different way to review these games that are meant to live longer than 40 hours to just beat the campaign, right?
Well,
Yes.
yeah, it's always going to be a hard thing. It's going to be a hard thing to review when you've got to put so much time in to actually appreciate what the devs have tried to do.
Right.
It's a big ask.
It is a big ask. You're telling someone who lives off of getting clicks and views to wait on getting clicks and views. So, where, Joe or Chad, after 60 hours, where would you, I guess, rate the game if you do?
I would probably put it at like a 7.5, and I mean, with a few, wrinkling out a few bugs and adding a few improvements here and there, I'd probably put it at like 80, 82, 83, somewhere in there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm falling right at that 80 mark, that 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Whatever scale you want to
use. The connection issues on a pretty much exclusively online game, for me at least, that's a pretty big bugaboo, so like that's going to knock it down a little bit. But 100%. I mean, like I said, once they iron that stuff out, I mean, 82, 83, somewhere in there.
Yep. I definitely. Where would you fall, Ben?
Not enough information yet. Not going to commit to that with it. No.
Hey, very few people have had the brains or the balls to say that. Especially with a game that requires so much.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it an injustice, especially with its BioWare.
Right.
I owe them a lot of fun hours of gameplay. So.
Right. Now, you may have noticed through that 35-minute rant, Tyler, you didn't say a word.
I did not. It was good listening to all of you, though.
So I guess the question I would have, or we might have as a whole, is where does this put you on? You haven't touched Anthem. Yep. You've seen, obviously, the hate that it has sparked against EA and BioWare.
Yep.
But Chad putting in 60 hours, myself sitting at, with the demos, around 20 hours in there.
Yep.
What are your thoughts? How do you feel about it?
I still want the game. All right, I do.
Okay.
It's just from what I got, it does remind me a lot of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind that because I actually liked Destiny. It's just I have a lot of other games to do.
100%.
So
there's a lot of games coming still.
I just don't know where I would fit it in. That's my whole thing.
Yeah.
But I still do want it. I mean, I saw Omega D's customize his javelin, and I was just like,
it was a very nice looking javelin.
oh my god.
There.
So I do want
a lot of loading screens put into that one right there.
Yes. So I do want to try it, but it's still on my list. Like,
That's good.
even through all the hate, I'd still want it.
Well, according to the internet, it's a shitty game, so you suck and your opinion is wrong.
Well,
So.
too bad. That's
No, good. That is very good.
yes.
I forgot Tyler was here.
I had to,
I was
bring it
just
back
listening.
around somehow.
Yeah, I was just listening. It was good information from all of you. So
Well, Chad is the masterwork.
yes,
So I really, what drives me more is to get to that level that Chad's at of grinding out masterworks. That's what I want. I don't want to get into spoilers, Chad. Does the story pique your interest a little bit? Like as an overall sci-fi story, BioWare story at that?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
It's just, I was playing with multiple people while doing this, and like, it's one of those things where you're just moving to get to the next thing, because you have limited time with the people that you're playing with and stuff like that, and you want to progress, and so
Right.
a lot of that story got skipped.
Interesting.
But I mean, I got the gist of what was
You
going
got
on.
the gist of it.
But
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty basic video game story. Here's the bad guy, go
Right.
kill it. So
Okay. I think I'm going to continue on the path that I'm doing with it. I'm not playing with any friends. I'm just kind of matchmaking when I have to.
yeah,
And absorb, like, when I go into Fort Tarsus, I'm walking around there for 15 minutes at least.
yeah. That's the whole
Talking.
thing. When you're playing with multiple people, here's another actual issue with the game. When you're playing with multiple people, if you don't go have the conversations around Fort Tarsus, you won't pick up a lot of the new missions, and then you won't get actual credit for them. Like, as far as your progression, so like you'll do the mission, but like
Right.
as far as checking off the boxes of the story beats or whatever, it won't do that for you, and then you'll have to go back and do it later.
That kind of sucks.
A little bit, yeah.
If you're kind of playing, if you're playing with someone else who's higher level, and you're just wanting to play with them,
Right.
and then eventually you go back, you're just redoing stuff over.
Right.
That kind of.
Yeah, the best way to, like, if you're going to go about that would be to have you actually be the host, and then invite that higher level person in, and then they can go through your missions with you.
Your missions with you. That another pro tip from Chad here. No, that's a valid point. I like that. Yeah, so I think I'll stay with that. Just kind of me go through my paces, and then when I get to that masterwork grinding legendary level, level 30. That's, I think, when I'll play with people, because the whole objective there is literally just complete the mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obviously going to keep going with it. This was one of my most anticipated games this year. It's here, and I'm not going to let it drop. So,
I think
any other points
We're
on
gonna-
Anthem? I'm sure we're still going to be talking about this game. So,
no doubtably.
yeah.
anything
more
else,
to
Chad,
come.
you want to add?
I would definitely say if you haven't played it out there, definitely give it a shot. It is a lot of fun.
Okay.
Definitely agree. Again, best looking game on the Xbox One X. I promise. Well, this next part of the show, Chad, you can, if you had come up with a quick challenge on the spot, we do yearly challenges for each of the hosts. So
Okay.
if you have something to add, or if you want to tweak a challenge for one of the hosts, I'll give you that power. I like that.
Ooh, dangerous.
So, yeah. Who wants to go first here?
We just go in order that I wrote it down.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
do that.
fine. Joseph. Cool Kid Joe.
Yes, sir.
It's already been discussed on this show, this specific episode, that you don't like online games that much, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part. Well, there's one game I think you will like, and it's your challenge, and it's Apex Legends.
Okay.
I want you to get into this game, just like I have, and get that level 50. And the 1,000 isn't that bad. I would say level 50, if you get there, you will have the other ones if you rotate characters.
Okay.
but I would like someone else to play Apex Legends with.
That's fair.
Now, Chad, have you played it, by the
I
way?
have not.
I forgot to ask this
I
earlier.
have not.
Ooh. All right. I've gotten hardcore into the Battle Royale scene, and it's if you like Titanfall.
I already have it
right there.
downloaded, so
Yes, I like this.
I downloaded
It's like
it the
Joe.
day it came
Fate.
out.
I think,
Good.
yeah, basically this is the push, Joe. This is us saying it's time.
It's time to play multiplayer with your friends, Joe.
You have your million. Now is the time.
Exactly.
One
Joe.
of us.
Okay.
One of us. One of us.
I'm excited for this one.
Okay.
I like that.
So-
That's a good challenge.
I've been breaking Ben's balls for the last 2 to 3 weeks about Flappy Goat, because apparently he is not very good at it. And I have,
Some would say the worst.
I have told him that is his challenge when we talk in our group chat. So that's a little
Every
challenge for you
single
there.
time. Every single time I've had it.
Yeah. My real challenge for you is you have to get 1 platinum trophy.
I believe that's called a bait and switch.
It is. And for the folks at home, Ben does not own a PlayStation.
Ben has a PlayStation account. Ben already has like 15 platinum trophies.
Oh.
Yeah, but this year, Ben.
Yeah, the interesting part about this is that my PlayStation 3, like the connection to the TV, like died a little while back. So I've got to try and figure out how to get that thing repaired.
Or get a PlayStation 4 and play God of War.
Or Spider-Man.
Or
Or Spider-Man.
find a friend with a PlayStation that's
Borrow
willing
their
to let me play on there. Holy crap! I love that challenge. That is
good, right?
because that's
Somebody with a PlayStation, Ben.
yeah, but would they let me play it?
Oh, yeah. I think you would.
Oh, that's
Oh,
amazing.
I was
'Cause
genuinely happy with that. That was a good
Yeah,
one, Joe.
I have to think of like real world solutions for this as well.
It might take him a year.
It might.
It might. I mean, getting this damn PlayStation fixed might take me a year.
I
Good
told
one,
you
Joe.
you could do it
I'm
in
so
an
proud.
afternoon if you really wanted to.
If you really tried. Yeah.
A platinum trophy, any platinum trophy, yeah.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, maybe you should play a game that's like, good.
That's
But-
worth it. Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
All
if
the
you really
all the
want to
games that are worth it are like 60 hours in the PlayStation, man. Like,
Those are not. Spider-Man's like 20 hours, bro.
Hey, God of War is like 25. Yeah. Maybe
Right.
30.
Mike,
you really
Mike,
gotta go for this.
Mike.
Yeah, how about we go with one of those PlayStation exclusives then?
Yeah. Ooh, see?
Oh,
Chad's
there's the
coming in
tweak.
with
There's the tweak.
There's the tweak.
Administrator powers right there. Okay, so yep, I accept. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Alright.
You had no choice. You were doing it regardless. So,
No, yeah.
good job. Now, Chad, do you play any PlayStation games?
Actually don't have a PlayStation at the moment, so
No.
no.
What about a Switch?
No, I don't have that either. Just an Xbox.
There you go. That's all you need, right?
Yes.
For the moment.
Not Ben.
Oh boy.
All right, Ben.
Yeah.
Hit me with it.
PlayStation Ben. You're up.
So I'm the Grandmaster of Tyler's challenge.
Oh,
Now Tyler, I feel like, so what I do when I choose challenges for people is I go on their TA, I go on their Xbox account, and I have a look around and I see what upsets me about what their profile,
oh, no.
tells me. Now, with Mike, it was the fact that he never touches RPG games ever.
Yep.
He purposefully never touches them, and
They're scary.
Scary.
I mean, but from someone who wants these reviewers to put 60 hours into, Anthem, he doesn't seem willing to put 60 hours into an RPG. So, we've been through this previously, but Tyler, what upset me about yours is that I went through your recently played games, and do you know what your completion percentage on those games is, Tyler?
Very, very low.
Usually sub 8%.
Yeah.
So, what this tells me here is that you are slowly but surely becoming the most attention deficit gamer I've ever seen. So my challenge, Tyler, should you choose to accept it, you get a choice. You get to choose your punishment.
Okay.
There will be AAA games this year. You can get 80% of the achievements in 2 of them, or 100% in 1 of them.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Now that doesn't include games like The Division 2, which is out in 8 days as of recording.
Yeah, that includes Crackdown.
Okay.
But last year's completion, I still feel like I'm owed this last achievement that never occurred.
That's true. That's still on my list.
But yeah,
We'll do that one.
I leave this choice to you, Tyler. 1 or 2, 100 or 80.
All right.
So yeah,
Good. All right.
Tyler,
I'll think of it.
the power is handed over to you.
Yeah,
All right.
you got to pick one right now.
All right.
Otherwise,
Well-
Chad is picking one.
Okay. Well, as of right now, I know this is our next thing. I have set for myself. I want to get more gamer score. So Ben,
There you go.
I am going to do both of your challenges.
Ooh.
All right.
Ballsy.
I know. I am going to sit down, take a look at all of the games that I have started, and I am going to aim to complete most of the games that I have started.
80%, some would say.
Yes, 80% or if not 100%. Maybe not 100% of all of them because some of them are bitchy.
Well, yes.
So, yes, I will. take
Nicely
both
done,
of your
Benjamin.
challenges. Now,
All right, Tyler.
Mike.
That is me.
Over.
you doing?
Oh, what was it? Oh, it was. I think it was last year, but it also might have been 2 years ago. I played a game.
Oh,
All right?
God.
And I talked about this game for several episodes.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if you know what game it is, but I'll tell you.
I'm scared.
That game is Little Nightmares.
Ah, fuck.
Your challenge is to complete Little Nightmares and the DLC.
Complete it?
Complete it.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah. And for
Just so you know, there's an achievement in there for dying, I think, less than 10 times.
Nope. No. You're thinking about
That's limbo.
that's Limbo. The challenge, the hard one. All right, I am even missing this achievement. The challenge, the final achievement, is to beat the game under an hour without dying.
I hope Mecca has a good guide.
He does.
Does he?
Ah, see? Look at that.
Yeah, you just have to know the little tricks in the game, and it's easy.
All right.
So,
I can
but
do
yes,
it. Now, I don't like spoopy, scary games, but...
It's really not, but you also have
Are
to
you
be-
sure? Because it was spoopy, scary to me.
Nah, it's not that bad.
Hey, Mike,
do DLC.
at least it's not Alien Isolation.
Oh, thank
Yeah, I
God.
could have said that.
Could you imagine?
So there you go.
All right. Little Nightmares it is. I can do that. Now, as Tyler mentioned,
Yes.
we are going to do self goals. Now, Chad, you're welcome in this discussion too. Do you have any self goals for gaming, achievement wise, or just in general?
Yeah, short-term stuff.
Yeah.
I've got a handful of games that I've started that I need to finish up. I want to finish up NBA 2K19 in the next probably month and a half or so. Obviously, Anthem, I have that one achievement left that I need to do.
Yeah.
Just short-term stuff like that for now.
Whoa, one sec. Which achievement?
The collectibles one.
Right, okay, yeah, the big, all the collectibles, collect
Yeah.
everything, see every area. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Carry on. That was bugging me.
Yeah. So nothing long term, really.
At the moment, not really. I have a handful of games that I need to start and finish on my 360, and then I can basically put that thing away forever. Other than that,
360.
that's the short-term stuff that I want to get done. So.
Finish Joe's games.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. That I've had for almost 2 years, probably at this point.
Oh, jeez. Well, very nice. Now, Joe, the man with the million.
One of two
What?
men.
One of two on the show, I guess. I should clarify. What are some of your self goals?
I don't know. I mean, like, I've thought about, like, obviously, like, just keep on chugging with, like, the whole gamer score thing.
Right.
So maybe 1.1 million. Something I've kind of dabbled in is maybe make a push for level 100 on PlayStation.
Oh. Okay.
But I don't think I want to play the same shit over again.
Yeah, a lot of that would just be kind of the quick and easy third-party games that are on the Xbox that you've done, right?
Yeah, like a lot of those
Yeah.
have like 3, 4, like they have like an American release and they have a European release and then
Right.
they have a Vita release or whatever, and then it's like it's so much easier to do.
Right.
So
Yeah, the question is, do you want to put yourself through that again?
yeah, no, that's part of it too. I mean, like if there's like a new game or something like that that's not on the Xbox, I might consider playing it. Like if I hear
Right.
something, like even just like remotely good about it.
Right. Now, a quick side note.
Yes.
Have you started God of War yet?
No.
Okay.
The
waiting for
one,
that day.
the one thing you said you were gonna do.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
After the million, that was going to be the first thing that he did, and here we are like a month later, and he hasn't played it yet.
Yep. No, what's it called? I don't know where, like, my room is a mess, and I don't know where my controller is, and I have a brand new PS4 controller, and I don't want to open it, because it's that 500 million controller, that, light
yeah.
see-through blue, and I don't want to open it. And then I went to GameStop
Nice.
the other day, and I was just going to buy a pre-owned controller because I don't feel like looking for one. And they only had fucking gross camo ones, and I'm just like, ugh.
Oh, ew.
No thank you. So,
Gotta
that's
get those
kinda-
Tesco controllers.
yes. No, I don't know. They're first party. I just don't want the gross camo ones. I don't like those. Whatever. If
Yeah,
they had like a...
don't even the Xbox, they have the
Those are
camo
disgusting. They're
I don't like
disgusting.
it.
But how are you supposed to
Don't
get the
hate
360 no scopes without having a camo controller?
Camo
that
is
is a fair play.
Camo is literally like my least favorite thing.
I definitely agree with you.
It's like right up there with like the smell of ketchup and Jack Black.
The smell of ketchup.
Jack Black. Jesus.
I'm with you with the Jack Black thing. Not a fan. The ketchup thing, that's weird.
Ketchup smells disgusting, bro.
I'm gonna go smell some ketchup in my fridge after this,
Oh, God.
just to see. I mean,
That's
when's the
weird.
last time you smelled ketchup?
Yesterday, because I ate ketchup.
All right.
Tyler handing out those home truths. No nonsense Tyler for a change, I like it.
Yeah.
One day Mike's gonna eat a
Joe, I'm also assuming you have alluded to it. Your massive backlog. Is there any plans for that? How do you even attack that?
I don't really know, honestly. I mean, I guess it's just like I play something that I want to play, I guess. I don't know.
There you go.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, like, I was kind of doing, like, the one-a-day things since, like, the million or whatever. There was, like, one day where I played, like, the crap out of, some easy game. What was it? I don't even, what's that one that just came out? It was, like, $6. You played
Awesome
it.
P.
No, not Awesome P. It was another one.
Dagger.
Daggerhood. I think I played that after. That's, like, most of my 2,000 points I've scored since. But,
Huh.
just because I was doing, like, the whole one-a-day thing. But, I don't know. Just, like, I'm playing Phoenix right now, and I guess, like, that's not out here yet. It's out in Japan. And I guess you could kind of consider that backlog, because that game came out, like, over a decade ago. It was on, like, the Game Boy Advance, the first one.
Right.
So, I don't know if that would count towards it or not, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess just, like... Maybe just, like, come home one day and just, like, look at, like, my wall and just be like, no, maybe I'll play that. Or, I'll just sit on the couch and not do anything. Because,
Far more likely.
yes. Well, baseball season is starting for me and Chad, so...
Yep. Oh,
Boost,
Chad's a baseball fan. All right.
Pittsburgh.
Chad, who's your team?
Marlins.
All right. Or I'm a Mets fan,
Gross.
sadly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, let's throw out a fun baseball fact.
Go ahead.
That contract that Bryce Harper just signed for 13
Oh.
years.
Yeah.
So when that contract ends, the Mets will still be paying Bobby Bonilla for
I
4
saw
more
this.
years.
Oh my god.
I saw that the other day. That's disgusting. How much was it for?
That's just
That
good
was the-
management right there.
They deferred like $6 million or whatever, like 10 years, and then
Yeah.
they had to pay him all this like stupid fucking interest or whatever, and it turned out into like a 1 year, like $1.2 million payment for like 25 fucking years.
Oh my god. That's awesome. Well, that's the sports section for the entire podcast. We should bring one. We should start one. I like that.
Yeah, we have it. It's called Rude Splash.
Alright,
Could
Benny.
literally just be like every week. Guess what? The Patriots still are scummy.
Back off now.
Mike, your owner
I mean-
just got caught with prostitutes.
Allegedly.
There's a video
That's
of
not
him.
allegedly, dude. He's- please try and defend the Patriots. I
I'm
mean,
just
dear
trying
God.
to defend it.
Right, so I'll push us forwards
ahead, Ben.
before everyone in Boston, hates me.
Yeah.
So self challenges for the year now. Reminiscent of last year. So last year it was almost like I deferred the challenge out to Mike and Tyler, stating that they could choose 2 games AAA from a list that they could get me to play through. Get the 1,000 in. So this year I've taken it a little bit closer to my hand and said that this year I will get the 1,000 in Far Cry New Dawn, Metro Exodus, and one more game of the host's choice. So I believe Joe had an idea for this.
Rage
So
2.
I will.
Ooh.
Yes. So it's one that we all have to agree on, right?
So that would make pretty much. That would make this year the year of the post-apocalyptic survival.
Then yes.
Nice.
I agree with Joe.
I agree with Joe. Also, side note, did anyone else pre-order the collector's edition for that game?
I did.
No,
I did.
I thought it looked stupid.
It's a talking head. Yeah. It's going to be real dumb, but I'm excited.
No, I only have one collector's edition pre-ordered for any game right now, and I believe it's Sekiro.
Oh,
Yeah.
What comes with
one's
that?
It's like $90, right?
Yeah, it comes with like a
Sounds
steelbook
not
and a
bad.
little figure and some other
Well,
stuff.
yeah, the steelbook look cool. Yeah.
And if you pre-order it from GameStop, you get a sword that is a letter opener.
Yes.
How big
Yeah.
is this thing?
10 inches?
Yeah, it's
9
pretty
inches?
small, but
Yeah. It's like a little letter opener.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean, Sekiro is something that I'm very excited about. So,
Yes, I'm super excited for that one.
Mike, self-challenge.
Self-challenge for me. So, after last year's hard fail, Ben challenged me to complete Dragon Age Inquisition, which I did not enjoy at all. But a game that kind of has always piqued my interest, but has alluded to fall into my mainstay of games, is The Witcher 3. I will be full, complete. I'm starting over, going to scrap the 35-hour playthrough I had and just start fresh.
Such a
That'll
good
be something I kind
game.
of slowly work over time.
Such a good game.
So, that is for sure going to happen. And I had to come up with one that made me hate myself a little bit. On the dock I put 700,000 ? I could do it.
like you
But
didn't
I
even
don't
hit
know if
5
I-
yet.
I know, but I have the games and the resources to do 700 in in the next 8 months.
Is time one of your resources? Because
no,
I'm going to make this point
I
right
can do
now,
it.
Mike. Can you do it with the challenges that have just been set?
No. So I think a more realistic one would probably be 6. Because that would be 123,000 gamer score in a year.
In 8
Which
months.
is doable. In 8 months, yeah. That's not too bad. There's a lot of shitty ACA Neo Geo games.
You know what, Mike? Aim for the stars. Go for it.
Just max it.
Just 600. Just say, commit to 600 and go for it.
I will commit to 6. Nothing less.
I cannot wait until December 30th.
525,000.
So Mike is going to have the worst 2 days of his life.
Yes. Yeah.
I like it. I love The Witcher 3 goal. I love it.
I'm very excited. All right. Well, I think that's it for episode 41. Thank you very much for coming on and talking about some Anthem, Chad.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. Where can people find you? Are you on the Twitters?
I'm
or
on the Twitters,
Instagrams? Yeah. What's your tag?
It's my gamer tag, actually, chadilacchavez, so.
There you go. Any Instagrams anywhere else you want people to find you?
No.
No. Okay. Ben, where can people find us?
It's at entirely_X.
And Tyler, the Instagram.
EntirelyX_podcast.
Look at that. And Facebook.com/EntirelyXGaming. Go there. iTunes. I keep saying it every week, but reviews. 5 stars, 3 stars, preferably 5 stars.
No, I want 1 stars. I want to be the worst reviewed podcast in the world.
Don't do that. Hard to know. Future Mike, edit that out. Thank you. That's it for this week. Catch you next time, guys.
See ya.
Later.